Hello and welcome to Julie's tutorial on how to live stream using an online broadcasting system called OBS through Lula TV and onto a Facebook group via Zoom. So there's a lot of steps involved, and the first thing you must do is set up your online broadcasting system, which is what you are looking at right now. If you have already done this step, you may skip ahead to step 2. But if you're new to online broadcasting, I'll try to make it brief. First thing you need to do is add a scene, and this one I've labeled tutorial. You may also rename scenes if you wish. Next is you have to add sources. The sources are what you are pulling into the online broadcasting system. And in this case, all we need is window capture. So if you click on the plus button, you'll see here window capture, and you can relabel it. I like to label things the title of what I'm pulling them from so I don't get confused if I have multiple window captures, which you can have. And then here we have my Yeti mic. Again, if you go to your add button and you skip to audio input capture and label it whatever you like, I labeled it Yeti mic, which is the type of mic I'm using. And finally, the application audio capture, what it's going to do when you set it up is, like you can see here, it's linked to the Zoom meeting. It's going to capture the audio directly from Zoom into the OBS, and you don't have to worry about capturing that through a microphone or headphones as you would in other circumstances, and the audio will be a lot more crisp and clean. So that's everything you're going to need from your OBS as far as the setup, and then you go into settings. That is the next step. Depending on your Lula subscription, you're going to want to reduce this resolution quality. Same applies to your audio. Now you want to make sure that the output, which is this recording part, you're going to want to make sure your output is going at a place where you can find the video that you're going to be recording from, because it's always good to have a backup recording using the OBS. So this is right now being set up to my desktop, easy to find. And next, the most important thing is the streaming. You want to make sure that you click the Lula TV. The server is whatever's closest to you. In this case, it's Virginia. And the stream key is what we find from Lula TV. So if we skip over to Lula, which I already have opened up here in this window, you first have to log into Lula using your Google account, and then go to the RTMP, which is where you see the stream key. Then go back to the OBS and copy and paste Lula's stream key into the OBS settings, like you see here. Now we can minimize OBS for a moment, and we skip over to step 2, open up your Zoom meeting. I'm going to turn myself off and deactivate my camera. Now I hop on over back to Zoom, and I turn my camera on, and voila, the window capture is now capturing the screen of Zoom into OBS. So if I click here at the bottom, you should see Zoom controls at the bottom of the OBS screen. Ta-da! You can resize the OBS screen for the window capture. If you want to minimize it and make it smaller, you can. By dragging the corners, you can make it smaller, bigger. I like to try to fit to screen, so you can also right-click, go to transform. You can say fit to screen, and it clicks back in place. You can also use stretch. Sometimes that makes you look a little weird, though. Depends. You can also center it if you're confused, or if you're using, for example, Instagram at the same time. You're going to want to make sure you're centered. Otherwise, they may see half your face, because Instagram can only see the middle portion of the screen, not the sides. I just don't recommend that you make this screen for Zoom larger or smaller. Otherwise, you're going to change the quality of the recording on your OBS when you start recording. So just leave this part alone. If you also get rid of it, it goes away in your OBS. So that's why you just want to leave it and forget it, or hide it if you don't care. All right. And now we have to switch over to Facebook. This is my personal Facebook, and I am currently going to be trying to go live, but not actually going live, to one of my own groups, which is my Master Chorale. In order to do so, I need to start a post. So I click on the 3 little dots, go to live video, and I want to click go live. First thing you have to do is add the post details, and I'm not going to be creative at the moment. Blah, blah, blah. Now we've got one checkbox, and it's wondering where to connect the video source to. So next we switch over here to the OBS. I'm not sure what step we're on, but I'll be sure to count in post. You're going to want to start recording and then start streaming. Are you sure? Yes. Then you hop back over to Lula. So we go to the settings in Lula, click on Facebook, then go back to Facebook and copy the stream key and then paste it into the Lula stream key and wait for it to load successfully. You only need to repeat this step in the future if you plan on going live on a different Facebook group. When it's ready, Lula will access the stream key through OBS, and the video will show up here by using the RTMP. There will be a slight delay. I'm ready to go live. And once I click go live, for example, I go live and YouTube and Instagram are clicked on. That means the second I go live, I'm live on those platforms. There's no other steps you have to follow. Doesn't apply to Facebook, unfortunately. You have to go through that whole adding a post thing on a Facebook group in order to go live on a Facebook group. So we're going to click go live and switch back to Facebook and wait for this green button to connect. There it is. So now that we have the two check marks, all that's left to do is to click go live. And once you do, bam, you are live on your Facebook group through Zoom, from Lula, from OBS. And all you have to do to close it is close the Facebook, end Lula. Then you'll get your stats on all your viewers, et cetera, et cetera. Then you don't need Lula anymore. You can stop recording, stop streaming, go back to Zoom, and end your meeting. I'm back. That is how you use OBS through Lula with Zoom onto Facebook. I hope this was a very helpful tutorial, hopefully not too long, and have a pleasant day. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Peace.